Welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking all about lashes, and by lashes I mean my lashes. So my experience I have had with Latisse. This guy is like my best friend right now, not even gonna lie. But before I get into it, let me just go ahead and tell you, this is prescription only. You do need a doctor to prescribe this to you. It's not like a big deal in order to get it. I am not a doctor, so this is just my experience. This is how I did it. I cannot tell you to use it the same way I do. You just have to listen to your doctor. So yeah, just disclaimer. So I have been using this for 16 weeks, and 16 weeks is how long it takes for you to get your full results. So I thought I would make my video on it, and I'm going to tell you guys how I used it, how much it cost, the pros, the cons, what I liked, what I didn't like. All the things will be in this video. To start off with, how I used it and how much it costs. So it comes in two different sizes. There's a smaller size, I don't know how many milliliters, but this one right here is the larger, and it is 5 milliliters. This guy right here is supposed to last at least 6 months. If you do some of the things that I did, it should last you a little bit longer, but it should last about 6 months. And this cost me $179, and I got it from my dermatologist. I don't think that you can get it anywhere else, and if I saw it on Amazon or anything like that, honestly, I probably wouldn't do it, because even right here on the bottle it says RX only, so there's no way that I would trust anybody other than a doctor to say, here you go. When you buy the Latisse, you get your bottle, and then you also get a bunch of sterile brushes, and they're just like kind of like lip gloss brushes or something, but the brushes, the bristles on it are synthetic, but they're so thick that I felt like putting a drop into there, you're really not getting as much on your lashes as I felt like you should. So what I did, instead of putting one drop and putting it on my lashes, one drop and putting it on my lashes, and you're supposed to use 2 different brushes to do that so that you do not contaminate one eye, the other eye. So if this eye has an infection, you'd be getting it on the other. Again, this is just what I do. If you do this, do it at your own risk, because you're not supposed to do it this way. So I would take my Latisse, I would open it up, and then I would take, like it said, it's supposed to use 2 drops, so 1 for each eye. So I would take 2 drops and I would put it on the top of this lid. Then I would take my MAC 210 and I would dip it in there and put it on my lashes. This is much thinner than the brushes they provide for you, so I felt like the product was actually going on my lashes, and you're supposed to get it right up against the lash band, not so much on your skin as much as you want it on the band. You don't want it dripping because you don't want it in your eye, none of that. And I would have a little bit left over, so what I would do is I would take that and I would go right at the top of my brows, because that's where I'm a little bit more sparse. So I thought, hey, it's not gonna hurt anything. And I didn't get as much growth there, but it definitely got thicker, and I'm a little bit more comfortable not wearing anything in my brow sometimes, so I like to do that. For the first 16 weeks, you're supposed to do this every single night, and you will slowly kind of notice the results. So I've done it every single night for the first 16 weeks. Then after that, you're only supposed to do it 2 to 3 times a week. I'm going to start off with 3 and see how it goes. If you stop using Latisse altogether, you will lose your results. So you have to keep using it, but you just don't have to use it as much to maintain. So then the cost ends up being a whole lot less, because you're really not going to be going through that bottle very quickly if you're only using it 2 to 3 times a week. And you do want to do this at nighttime, because your lashes, you don't want any of the product in your eyes. Some of the environmental things that you don't realize you're doing through the day, like rubbing your eyes can get teary through the day, and then you're putting on makeup. You just want only the serum on your eyelashes at night so that it can do its best job. You also do not want to put Latisse on your bottom lashes. What actually happens is when you go to sleep, your lashes are wet from the Latisse up top. You go to sleep and then it transfers to the bottom lashes anyway, but do not apply Latisse to your bottom lashes. Trust me. Some of the side effects that my doctor let me know ahead of time were, you know, if it gets in your eye, you can get blurry vision. I had that happen one time because I got overzealous with the application, got a little bit in my eye, and it didn't sting or anything, but I think it was about 30 minutes later, my vision got a little fuzzy, and it stayed fuzzy for about an hour. Didn't have anything happen after that. It didn't bother me. It didn't hurt or anything like that. But you do want to make sure that this stays out of your eyes. Another thing was she told me that the skin right above your lashes can darken. That did happen. I was kind of nervous about that happening because I thought it would be really hideous. I thought it would be like really noticeable, but honestly, it doesn't bother me. You know, I put on makeup anyway, but even when I'm not wearing makeup, it almost just makes my lashes look a little thicker because it's a little darker right at the lash line. Now, the one thing that did bother me was that my under eye got a little darker as well. So I guess from sleeping and your lashes going down, I got a little bit more blue here than I used to be. So not terrible. I don't have to use any extra coverage for concealer or anything. And I did, again, not put as much, and it seemed to go away a little bit, but I did get a little bit darker underneath as well. The third thing she warned me about was my eye color. I have hazel eyes. They're kind of green. You guys can probably see when I'm real close doing my tutorials. Usually with darker eyes, you don't have as much of an issue as the lighter blue eyes can tend to darken. I had no issues. I even, like I said, got the stuff in my eye, and I did not have any issues with my eyes changing color at all. But like I said, it is more prone to blue eyes, but it's a small percentage. It isn't something that's really common. So just look it up, do your research, and ask your doctor for sure. Another thing that can happen is you get lashes where you didn't have lashes before. So on my inner corners, I actually have lashes that I have to cut there. And if you watch the beginning again, the sequence of from where I started and where I am now, you can see like the first few weeks I didn't have anything, and then all of a sudden I have like long lashes on my inner corners. So they were a little bit obnoxious. Like, just because I could see them, you probably couldn't see them talking to me, but I could see them and I could kind of feel them. So and then sometimes these outer ones can get so long that they'll like go down. I'll just cut those as well, but not a big deal at all. You can get a little bit of a burning sensation, and if that does happen, you're supposed to go to your doctor. I didn't have any issues with burning. I did get a little itchy, but that was mainly in the beginning when I was first starting. I don't have any issues with that now. All right, so for pros and cons. So let me start with cons first. Honestly, there's not really a whole lot of cons to me. The cons are so small, but I guess it just depends on what you think are small and large. That sounds so wrong. Anywho, just gonna skip over that one. It is incredibly much harder for me to put on false lashes now because my lashes are so long. Even whenever I use one layer of mascara and try to put on false lashes, it's difficult, and I end up most of the time not even being able to get my false lashes down to the skin where it's supposed to attach with the glue. So a lot of times the false lashes end up on my lashes, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But on the opposite side, a pro is I don't wear lashes nearly as much as I used to. Most of the time, unless I'm doing something super dramatic or I'm on camera, I'm not wearing false lashes anymore, and it is like an amazing freeing feeling when you're used to wearing lashes all the time and then all of a sudden you just don't feel like you need to. It's amazing. Another con I would say is all the mascaras that I used to like, even though I wore false lashes, they don't work the same. You're going to have a harder time finding mascaras that work for you because your lashes are a lot longer, they're thicker, they're different, and mascaras that maybe didn't used to be clumpy are all of a sudden going to be clumpy because you have so much more lash, and then it's going to have to go further. So I'm still going through that. I found a few that I absolutely love. Right now I'm using the Balm MadLash. I liked that one when my lashes were shorter, but I love it with my lashes longer. I also love the Superhero Lash. The Volume de Chanel, I like that one a lot. But the funny thing is, I liked it more right in the middle. Like, my lashes weren't this long, but they weren't short. It was like perfect there. But sometimes can be a little annoying with my lashes this long. And that is like, to me, that's like a pro too. So it's a pro and a con. My lashes are so long that I have to figure out which mascara works the best. I mean, if that's not a first world problem. Another con would be if you're a glasses wearer. I wear glasses a lot. My lashes tend to hit my glasses, and I do get little marks right above here with a lot of mascaras. Again, the mascara issue. Like, if I do this, my lashes are hitting my brow, so yeah. But again, first world problems. My lashes are just so long. So some of the pros, not having to wear lashes all the time. Feeling like you can just get up, put mascara on, and walk out the door because you feel like, oh, my eyes look so much bigger. The cost could be considered a con, but then if you wear lashes all the time, it's going to even out because you're not going to be spending as much money on the lashes. And lash extensions, those are going to cost more than doing something like this. I think I named them all, I think. As far as the progress went, the first 2 weeks, I didn't notice much. At 4 weeks, I started to notice when I was washing my face and taking mascara off that my lashes felt thicker. So that was amazing. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this is working. And then there were times where I would get extremely frustrated because I was like, I don't see anything at all. And I, do not go and look at other people and be like, well, this person saw extreme length at 4 weeks and this person saw it even earlier, this or that. Just give it time, because I was driving myself mental. I would think this is not working, and then I would have this great day and I was like, oh, it is working, and realize that that happens too. Your lashes go through cycles, so you're going to have good lash days and bad lash days at these, even when you're using Latisse. So sometimes my lashes look amazing and other times I'm like, me. But now my me days are still what other people would consider amazing lash days, and I love that. Right around the 8 week is where I started noticing I had length coming, and I was like, yes. 12 weeks, I was happy. Like, if nothing else happened after 12 weeks with all that length, I was completely fine with it. And then as you can see, 16 weeks, I've got longer lashes, they are thicker, and they have curl to them. So my lashes definitely even have more curl than what they used to have. I am definitely very happy with my experience with Latisse. Yes, it's tedious to do this every night, but it's absolutely worth it. Yes, it's expensive, so you have to decide whether or not this is for you. If you're somebody who spends a lot of money on lashes or lash extensions or anything like that, I would definitely say give it a try. But definitely go to a dermatologist, find out the risks, find out whether or not they are worth it to you to try, and make an informed decision. I definitely did a whole lot of research on this before I even went to my dermatologist. I cannot think of anything else I wanted to say. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. I will do my best to make sure and answer everything I can for you guys. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.